Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine and this is going to be the April reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get more messages. Also keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, when I'm relaying the messages, this could be things that you're doing or something that's presented to you. So also keep that in mind. Trying to think if there's something else I'm leaving out. Let's get into the reading first. We have here what you'll be dealing with. I'm sure if there's anything I'm forgetting, I'll mention it at the end. This is what you're going to be dealing with. This is Spirit's advice in regards to it. This is why it's happening. This is what you're thinking, feeling, doing, or want to do in regards to this situation. This is the higher message that's involved. Perhaps something that you're not seeing or realizing. This is the advice. Here's some other things that you might need to be aware of in order to have a positive resolution to this. And this is the possible outcome should you heed the advice. Should you heed the advice? Should you heed the advice? And also if the person you're dealing with, because we have to deal with other people's free will choices as well. But this is the possible outcome for you. Now I will do clarifiers, and because I'm integrating the reversals, I may have to refer to my notes in regards to some of the other additional meanings that the cards may have. And then I have my other notes as well as other meanings that I have for the regular tarot cards up here. Because again, there's what you pick up intuitively, and there are so many meanings that these cards can have. So I like to refer to my notes just in case I feel that there's anything that might be of relevance. So let us begin. What you're dealing with is the Ten of Swords in reverse. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Death card in reverse. And then we have the Five of Wands also in reverse. Now, of course, the tens deal with endings of situations. In reverse, it's, coming out of a painful situation, overcoming heartbreak and betrayal. Four Swords in reverse deals with coming out of a rest period as well. Knight of Wands deals with a possible message coming in, or you're wanting to deliver some kind of message that deals with our passions. It's an action card, a movement card. Death deals with obviously endings as well, transitions. But in reverse, it might be a resistance to that. Five of Wands deals with conflict, whether that be inner conflict or conflict with others. It's a minor conflict, but conflict nonetheless. But in reverse, this could be trying to come out of conflict or wanting to come out of conflict. Let me look at my things and see if there's anything else. Yeah, the Ten of Swords deals with recovery, regeneration. It also deals with fear of ruin, or an incurable end. I'm not even sure what incurable means. Forgive me. Some words I have to look up. Pain that must occur for growth or regeneration. So it's like you have to go through it in order to learn the lesson, get the lesson, and come out of it on the other side, of course, wiser, changed. It's mental transformation. Again, how we're viewing a situation. It's the reevaluation and elimination of previous attitudes and what's important. Again, seeing things from a different perspective. It's resisting an inevitable ending. That's why I had the death in reverse as well. It's a fear of pain. Thinking of worst case scenarios, creating fear and anxiety, still carrying the wounds from an old situation, buried deep and unrealized. It's a need for dealing with emotionally the pain of a situation and releasing it. And of course, the Four of Swords, lack of progress. So, Four of Swords in reverse, lack of progress, restlessness, burnout, wanting to do it all at once. Wanting to do it all at once despite the body telling you that you need to rest and relax. It's feeling stressed. It can cause you to be getting some physical symptoms of that as well. It's a need for pause. It's trying to avoid contemplation due to worry of what may surface. You know, again, maybe fearing of looking within, afraid of what we'll find or discover even about ourselves. You know, maybe even not even wanting to admit to certain things about ourselves, certain behaviors that we have, or the way that we are, that could be hurtful to us and others. It's a need to confront the pain of the Three of Swords and the grief in your heart, because it's preventing you from moving forward. It's stagnation, a lack of action, increased frustration with a lack of progress. And of course, I mentioned the Knight of Wands is a messenger of sorts. It's someone who's in pursuit of an idea. It's being committed. It's determined energy. It's the act first, think later type, which sometimes isn't so good. Impatient, impulsive, rushes without thought of consequences, may negatively impact you in the long term. Like perhaps you rushed into something that you're regretting, and that's what you're dealing with, the effects of your choices or your actions. It's ambition that needs to be channeled the right way. It's somebody who also is like, kind of could be a player type, someone that's in and out of love, you know, bounces from one relationship to the next, hasty change. It's a need to react quickly and go with the flow, as resistance is useless. The death in reverse, of course, again, is resistance to change, unable to move on. Again, perhaps still feeling the consequences of one's actions or what was done to us as well. It's a need to let go of the past, not knowing how to make changes, still carrying harmful aspects from the past that may interfere with an opportunity for a new beginning. Again, if you're resisting change or you're still trying to hold on to old ways of being, again, not wanting to look at ourselves, you're keeping yourself stuck. You're keeping yourself from releasing what needs to be released in order for your betterment, for your growth, or to change your situation, or to change a situation that you're hoping to resolve. It's a need to resolve. It's feeling stuck. It's creating blocks within ourselves, or of outside things could be creating blocks for us, or we feel that they are, to keep us from moving in the direction that we want to. It's trying to pursue a new journey without resolving the past, which could lead to unintended outcomes. And it's better to deal with them first. So again, depending on, a lot of, as we were going into the weekly readings and the monthly readings and all this, has been a repetitive theme of some people trying to sweep things under the rug, trying to gloss over their role in things, again, not wanting to hold themselves accountable, trying to avoid talks where they would have to reveal certain things, deceptions, and so forth. Again, trying to hold on to old ways of being. So, you could be falling into that category, and perhaps by trying to stay the same way that you've always been, you ended up shooting yourself in the foot somehow, or could have backfired on you, because maybe the person you were dealing with is not playing that game anymore, or it could be vice versa. And the Five of Wands in reverse, it's feeling like giving up, or feeling overwhelmed, or overly protective, even again of our own shadow side, of our own tendencies, trying to make excuses for, or defend our choices or our actions, that again, you may have rushed into something and you realize what you've done, and you have regrets. And perhaps again, if you're looking to reconcile with someone, again, you may have the way you approached that was with the same way that you've been before, or again, this could be the person that you're dealing with, and it didn't go anywhere. And there's a knowing where, whoever did the do, they know that they have to change, that if they want stuff to turn around, it's like they can't keep being the same way in order to release all of this, to come out of conflict, to let cycles end, to move forward. It's feeling overwhelmed by challenges and responsibilities, comparing oneself to others, feeling vulnerable or inadequate. It's a low self-esteem, a need to build up your self-esteem and confidence, and to have faith that you can achieve whatever it is that you're looking to achieve in your life or in this situation. It's feeling judged or criticized in some way, but it might not be in a way where people are coming at you. It might be, they're just trying to bring you attention to those things that you're avoiding, again, or it's the other way around. It's about avoiding conflict. It's about a need to compromise. Taking things too far. Again, if we're being stubborn, or we're trying to stay in our old ways, it's like I said, it didn't work in your favor. It's taking it too far. Being overly aggressive about protecting oneself, when in truth, maybe we know that it's something that needs to change or needs to go, or it's, except being able to do the self-reflective work and heal what needs to be healed. Now, I asked, well, what's the advice in regards to all of this? And then you have, if you believe. So if you're having doubts, if you're having worries, if you're having fears, if you're afraid of releasing things or revealing truths or moving forward or change, whatever it is, this card is telling you to believe in yourself, think positively. And again, to believe in yourself, to put in the effort to heal, because obviously there's some stagnation here in regards to releasing. And the reason why all of this is happening is we got new beginnings. So either this is you wanting one, or one is being presented to you. But again, there's a struggle to do what needs to be done in order to have this opportunity. And then we have patience, which this could also be you feeling like maybe time is running out. Because maybe you've stayed in this state too long and you've seen that it's not changing anything. And then we have faith, surprise, change, the Lovers. So this could, again, either be what's being presented to you or what you're wanting to do because of this situation. Maybe you're trying to have faith that all isn't lost, or that a new beginning can be had. You know, there's either you're waiting for some communication, or you're hoping that if you communicate either how you feel or truth, or we'll clarify and see what's going on here, that things will change. And then you have the Lovers, which would be just change in regards to a relationship that you're in or one that you lost. It's about also making head or heart choices. Again, things that might be a little difficult to look at or deal with, but you know you have to. So let us see if we can do some clarifying. And remember, I say it's you, but it can also be the other person. Maybe somebody that was in and out of your life, or a player type, you know. What are we going to do here? How about surprise? We have Giovine Fanciulla in the reverse, which is usually an attraction to a young lady. She kind of reminds me of like the Nine of Pentacles lady, somebody who's confident, who's got everything going on for themselves. But in the reverse, it's someone who can be, you know, let's say fickle, but somebody who's not too happy. Maybe a person isn't too happy with you, or this is you because you haven't heard anything. We have messengere, but in the reverse, messengere is message from a distance. It could be good or bad news, but in the reverse, it could be some delayed communication. Again, hoping for it, waiting for it, or afraid to communicate. So you're delaying things because you're all in your thoughts in your head, and you're afraid to let go. You're afraid to take off masks, whatever it is. If I want to do one more before I check the paper to see if there's any other meaning that I didn't give here. And I think I might have to put my light on. Because it's starting to get dark. Surprise, we have Prigioni, but also in the reverse. That deals with, you know, mental blocks, feeling stuck. We have Gran Consolacion. This is like waiting to get what we want, you know, after waiting and wishing for it for a long time, hoping to get what we want. This reminds me also of the Seven of Cups, like choices, wanting to make the right choices, or just sitting in one's thoughts too long, not taking any action. But it was in the reverse. So let us see with this surprise what we got going on here. Yeah, Gran Consolacion in reverse, block situation, lack of fulfillment, insecurity, fear, anxiety. So again, a fear of communicating, or fear you're not going to hear from someone because they're not happy with you. Giovine Fanciulla again in the reverse. Someone who's indifferent, feels neglected. Someone who feels depressed, temperamental, or having no interest or enthusiasm or concern. Again, maybe the person you were dealing with lost interest because you were staying the same as you were. and they weren't seeing any growth potential, and maybe they've given up, and now you're feeling some kind of way about it, feeling like maybe it's too late, or hoping it's not too late, wanting a new beginning. Or that could be you feeling that way, as I said, if you're the Giovine Fanciulla. A delayed message, obstacles, unsuccessful mediation. So again, maybe talks weren't going so well. There wasn't any forward movement because people were presenting themselves the same way. Prigioni, mental block, fear, unhealthy relationship. So it's definitely some worries, fears, stresses in regards to a situation. Wanting things to change. But again, change begins with us. So if you were the person who was, if you know that there are things about you that you have failed to look at or want to address, that could have been preventing this situation from not moving forward. So maybe you're kind of feeling that now. Or again, it's the person that you're dealing with. Change. We have Il Vivido, which is the widower. This is someone who's, thinking of the past, someone who's regretful of the past. Maybe someone who's looking for forgiveness. Yeah, we have Lamante, which is the female lover, but she's in reverse. So again, maybe you've lost someone. This is someone who hides their affections, but still who loves you. But in reverse, they've perhaps lost that affection toward, or you fear that they have, or you're uncertain if they have. Right? Female lover. Like you fear it's not requited anymore. But it says here, promiscuous too, fickle. So I don't know, like I said, the Knight of Wands is somebody who's kind of promiscuous. So I don't know if this was you or the person you're dealing with, or maybe that doesn't apply. Maybe it's just like the loss of someone's love. You've lost someone's love for you because of your behavior or unwillingness to hold oneself accountable, look at oneself. Is that, or it's the person you deal with. I think I might have to put on my light. 1 second. There we go. Ah, that's so much better, isn't it? Okay. Let us see what else we got here. Faith. Yeah, trying to have faith in this union, strong bond, union. Marriage could be soulmate connection. Maybe you're trying to wanting to have faith that the situation can be healed, or that you can get back together with someone. Or maybe you're trying to have faith in after this experience and trying to find, new love. We have the male lover here. This is, requited love, someone who is expressing their love. So, again, this could be the person you're dealing with, wanting to express their love to you, hoping that there's, a chance to get back together in this relationship. Or this is you wanting to express your love. Same situation. And what you're thinking, feeling, doing, or want to do in regards to this situation, we have scandal. So something happened here. We have wealth. And we have heartbreak. And we have friend. Fair gray-haired woman. This is somebody who is mature, or it could be someone in their 40s and up. We have more anxiety here. And we have happiness. So again, this is either you, and you are all upside down because of something that happened, or this is the person that you're feeling regretful about, how you treated them in the relationship, maybe during a time of possible reconciliation. Wealth deals with money as well. So a lot of people were in codependent relationships. We have codependency down here too. Being in relationships or entering into them to have needs met, not really based in love. And maybe that's what this is about. And you're feeling heartbroken because of that's not a right choice, and people end up getting hurt. And the person who got hurt could have been someone who you felt was your best friend. And you're having fears and worries again about communicating or not hearing from them again, because maybe again they got tired of dealing with the same old. You're wanting there to be happiness again. You're wanting to resolve things or to find happiness within yourself. Maybe money is still an issue for you or them. That's why they're feeling stuck, like they can't move forward. Wealth, we have Lanemika in the reverse. We have hope in the reverse. We have Prosperity in the reverse. Now, obviously a lack of hope. Prosperity is about longings, regrets, again, thinking of the past, could be at a distance from someone. Again, a lot of people were feeling stuck, like maybe they feel like they want to move, but they can't move physically, even because of finances. Again, maybe entering into codependent situations. And Lanemika is obviously someone who's not too happy. That's why we have the Giovine Fanciulla in reverse. Because again, somebody got really hurt here, whether it was you or you hurt the person, if you're the female here. Let me see. Oh, I can't wait to memorize these. Save me time. I want to see the wait a minute, my thing keeps shutting off here. Yeah, the Suspicion in reverse, unstable situation, ups and downs, needing clarification or an explanation. Again, maybe someone's needing to reveal some truths. Maybe people are still hiding deceptions. Um, so there's a need for someone to speak up and communicate how they feel, their regrets. You know, again, if someone's looking for forgiveness, you know, because there's a feeling of, and this was with Capricorn as well, and possibly the water signs, I can't remember. But there's a lot of like transition going on now with a lot of people, and it's about resolving the past, needing to look at oneself and our role in our relationships that we have in life, look at our patterns, look at our behaviors, try to connect the dots, get the aha moments, find out what's within us that needs to be healed, you know, that's obviously affecting our lives and our relationships in a negative way. So there's a need for truth, even about being honest with ourselves. Yeah, Anemika is somebody who could be spiteful in the reverse. It also means self-harm, being our own worst enemy. Again, like I said, if you're this person, you know, knowing that we got to address some things, knowing we have to release some things, knowing we have to move forward. And of course, and there's a feeling of hopelessness here. Hopelessness and heartbreak. Oh, I gotta tell you, I don't know if it's just today or what, but like I said, Capricorn's reading kind of made me feel kind of down and flat. This one's making me feel kind of down and flat because I'm picking up on this. Again, it's like one foot in the past, one foot in the future, and toggling between the two, and needing to make that choice to move forward, put both feet in the future or in the now, doing what you can in the now to help transcend things. You know, change is inevitable. It's coming, and the more you resist it, the harder it is. You know, you'll stay in the mental stuff and in the pain and the thinking and the fears and the anxieties and in the woes of the past, shoulda, woulda, couldas. It's like, well, what can you do now? We can't change the past, but you can try to make the present. You can try to make things right in the present. You know, you can look to how you're going to move forward in the future. And if you're looking to reconcile with somebody, then we know that there are things within us that we need to address and change, or this person does, in order. And it comes down to communication. Same thing was with the Capricorn, I think it was, or the water signs even. People that still, communication is still not what it should be or what it could be. And a lot of it has to do with stubbornness, not wanting to let go of how we've navigated in the world because it's been our defense mechanism. It's that fear of releasing the old us, even knowing that things have to change, knowing that it's hurtful to us, it's ruining our relationships, but it's that admitting that to oneself that is all oftentimes difficult. You know, again, to look in the mirror, but it's necessary for growth. It's like you have to go through this. This is your moment of clarity. But it's the fear of movement, fear of change, fear of being accountable, fear of being truthful, fear of all of those things, again, because it requires change. And when you let go of all those defense mechanisms that you use to protect yourself. You feel vulnerable, and that's why you've always protected yourself. Again, a lot of this stuff stems from childhood wounding, fear of abandonment, feeling of being alone, not feeling loved, not feeling good enough, whatever it is. And it's played a role. And also, too, growing up, society, peers, whatever it is, everything plays a role in how it molds people and how they think and how they function in the world. And a lot of times it's from a somewhat wounded place and they don't even realize it. But after a certain point, or after you start to notice a pattern of same relationships, just different people, same scenario, it's like the only thing that isn't changing is you. The people may change, the place may change, but the circumstances, the behavior patterns, the outcomes, it's always the same. And that's when we usually have to take that look at ourselves, like, well, maybe there's something about us. That's the reason for all of this, or why I'm attracting this. Because it's something meant for you to learn and transcend and grow from. And this is kind of like, but it's going to take you to do it, or the person you're dealing with. Like I said, it's free will. Everybody's got free will, and you can't force growth. You can't force truth. You can't whatever until it's called cognitive dissonance. When people aren't ready to deal with that or want to look at that, they'll fight against it because that's their defensive, trying to protect that story even that they tell themselves, because that's how they've been able to deal with stuff. But sometimes it's like hard truths need to be looked at. And speaking of which, what is the higher message involved here is we have feminine. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a part of my identity. Now, some of you could be in a soulmate relationship or a twin flame relationship, and this is kind of bringing you attention to that this person is your counterpart. Or this could be you needing to embody more the feminine energy that's about being open and receptive and nurturing and caring. And they want you to pay attention to the signs. I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. And then we have family. I pray for my family and give the situation of a God to answers, support, and healing. And then we have Father. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. Now, these Mother and Father cards that are in this deck deal with childhood wounding. And a lot of people have been getting the Mother cards. I think all the water signs got the Mother card. So there's mother issues there. Perhaps not feeling loved by one's mother. Same thing with father issues. Somewhere there's some wounding there. And maybe we kept choosing partners that we were looking for our fathers in those partners. Or, you could have an issue. You can have an issue with your father. I'm trying to say for, some people, they look for the father figure. Or this could be, your father was neglectful or you didn't feel loved by them. So there's some wounding here that needs to be healed, some family wounding, unresolved, harboring any negative emotions. Again, stuff that needs to be brought to the surface and healed, that somewhat affected us in our lives. I said, and all this stuff is subconscious. Sometimes it's right in your face. I mean, obviously, if you had an abusive father, or if you had, you can point it out a lot easier. But there are even other things that you may not even realize, that while you're focusing on that person being the problem or the issue, you're not realizing that you're either embodying some of those same kind of traits yourself, in repeating what you've seen as a child in your relationships, or again, just having some kind of unresolved pain in regards to your father and your family life. And that's kept you kind of maybe looking negatively on relationships, or, you know, there's something that's being brought to the surface here with a lot of people in regards to recognizing childhood wounds. Because some people might be, you know, later in their years, 40s, 50s, and at this age, you're really starting to, you know, because life seasons you, you know, through experiences, you gain wisdom, at least you should. And sometimes it takes many years or many failed relationships or whatever it is before you start to get that realization that maybe there's something in me that is unresolved, or that's affecting me in my life, and it stems from childhood. And it keeps you from having a healthy outlook on yourself, entering into dysfunctional relationships. But again, this is all karma, because there's something, the universe is trying to show you something. It's one of your lessons, one of your classes that you need to pass in order for transformation to happen. And again, it can be painful. Oh, geez. I send you love, Virgo. I send you love. We have here codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Again, this could be codependency in the financial aspect, entering into codependent relationships. Codependency could also deal with substance abuse. It could be, you know, codependent on our own stinking thinking, our own karmic patterns, our own behaviors, repetitive behaviors that are unhealthy, that are affecting us in our lives, affecting our love lives, our friendships, our work, whatever it is. You know, it's fears, worries, again, fears of being alone. I don't know why this reading is making me sad. Sorry, I guess it's because I understand. You know, we all go through suffering in life, but, you know, I've definitely have been through a lot of all kinds of stuff. So I'm very empathetic to the human journey, the human experience, because that is the commonality. When you take everything away, that's what connects us all. And we're all not so different. We all experience loss. We all want to feel heard or know our place in the world, or to feel loved and safe and to be happy. You know, but life is hard, life is challenging, relationships are challenging. You know, everybody struggles in one way or another. We all know what it's like to some degree to feel what someone else feels or has gone through similar situations. So that's why it says my heart always goes out to, when I do these readings, because I always see a little bit of myself or my own journey or past experiences, present experience. So I resonate with everybody's story, because again, it's what connects us all, the human experience. And it's not easy. And sometimes the biggest challenge is to learn how to get out of our own way, to get out of that, again, negative self-talk, not believing in ourselves, not feeling good enough, and all of this stemming from, again, childhood experiences or just life experiences. It can wear down your self-esteem, and everybody's just looking for hope. Everybody's looking to find themselves. And this is all part of the journey. It's all part of the process. But it's a need here for release. There's a need here for believing in yourself, overcoming your fears, healing oneself so that your life can change for the better, that you won't keep finding yourself in the same circumstances. It's to empower you, regardless of any relationship. As I tell all in all my readings, this journey is your journey. There are just different players that come in and play their parts. Some are temporary, some are painful, some are joyous, some are lifelong. But it's your journey, it's your life, it's your soul's evolution, and you go through all of this stuff to become the best version of you that you can be. And growth is never easy. Shedding those layers, taking off those masks, it's never easy. It can be scary. The unknown can be scary. The future can be scary. But again, it's like you got to release that so that you can embrace what the universe wants to bring into your life, because they're rooting for you. They want you to heal. They're telling you to make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Includes, loving yourself, to make the effort to get out of codependency or let go of those things, that behaviors or whatever it is that's not serving us, that's hurting us, that's hurting other people, or again, other way around. But they're wanting you to make the effort. And then we have honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This reminds me kind of like of the Six of Swords. It's like you got to leave behind something to move towards something better. And sometimes that feels bittersweet. Sometimes it's a little difficult, a little painful, but it has to be done in order to move into the next phase of your journey. And then we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So maybe that's even retreating in oneself. I mean, you had the Four Swords here, but this is like, don't sit in the thoughts too long. It'll make you crazy. It's like eventually you just got to rip the Band-Aid off, or you got to take that leap of faith. You got to make the effort. You got to go for it. Because time may run out in certain situations. Life goes on with or without our decisions. The wheel will turn. The universe gives you a little time, but if you don't make that choice, it's made for you. And you don't want to lose out on something or lose someone who means something to you, because we're holding on again to things about us that we know has got to go anyway. So it's again about loving yourself, to know that you deserve love and you deserve happiness. And this is also about spending time with the person you want to spend time with. Having heart-to-heart conversations. And what you should be made aware of that can help you with this situation is we have the winged wise ones, angelic help, miraculous aid, the well watcher, wisdom, power of the divine, and the dragon's duel, inner conflict, morality, and conscious choice. Again, a lot of people are in there, one foot in, one foot out, place here, and the universe is trying to guide you. Your higher self is trying to guide you with your intuition or whatever you've been repetitive messages, synchronicities. You know, it's trying to lead you to the better way. We have angelic wise ones, 34. Always allies and never challenges. The winged wise ones represent the aid of all the angels. When you enter their realm, know that your sincere prayers will be answered according to the will of the divine. This also represents divine intervention and the potential of miracles to heal and transform if by magic. Have faith. Whatever your circumstances, heavenly beings are watching over you. The winged wise ones gives you a glimpse of the future by offering messages whispered on the wind. These are translated within you as inspired thought, instantly unraveling the past and revealing the present. Be aware of the higher consciousness in you. This is a good time to observe your thoughts through meditation. Who is observing those thoughts? That self is kin to the winged wise ones who have come to help you soar. It says they want everybody to heal. And they want everybody to heal, everybody to get their aha moments, to wake up to the illusions or the lies that we tell ourselves, or the excuses that we make that hold us back, or the behavior patterns, whatever it is, or it all comes down to self-love. Learning to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you will attract those who are coming to love you too, authentically, not in a karmic sense, a needy sense, a codependent sense, whether that be fear, financial, however that fits. And then we have the well watcher. The well watcher signals the need to go within to contemplate the true source of power in the world, which he reminds you is that of the divine. This is a message to let you know that you're being called to the well, and this unseen power will be there and will be yours to align with. This affirmation and prayer will invite the divine to bring miracles and resolution to your life. That will be done through me for the highest good of all and for the true manifestation of my purpose. You will know the way forward by the still small voice within. The divine also may answer your call by sending others to help guide you, like me. And then we have the Dragon's Duel. The Dragon's Duel takes place at the proverbial fork in the road. As I was saying, 1 foot in the past, 1 foot in the future, and needing to put both feet in the future, or in the present, I should say. It's both ally and challenger at once, as it represents a tension of opposites. Even though the truth is that we live in unity, we experience a duality of faith and doubt, love and fear, right and wrong, black and white. This aspect of your current experience asks you to accept that although you may be going one way, another may be calling you to change direction. Now is the time to inquire whether it's your ego or your soul leading you. There are always choices in life. Decision-making also solves inner conflict. If you're torn between two dragons, the one that you choose to feed will be the one that wins. Which is it? If it's not the one that serves the highest of your intentions, deliberately feed the other, and the duel will be won in your favor. Means if you're feeding into your fears, if you're feeding into the woes, if you're feeding into those wounds, that's going to just keep you stuck. It's going to keep you in repeated things. But if you feed hope, if you feed self-love, if you feed your potential or this relationship, great things have the potential to grow and transform. And again, whether it's your ego or your soul leading you, it's the ego likes to keep you stuck. It'll tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't do something, because you in your fear and in your thoughts and your woes, and all you need is really one reason. And that one reason is you. What's in my highest and best? What's going to make me happy? What's good for everyone involved? And make that effort. And the results should you follow the advice, and if the other person's free will wants to join you, we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, especially if you're opening up, communicating, being truthful, being honest. That shows that you're loving yourself, and you're respecting yourself enough to change, to put in that effort. This is just reminding you to love yourself. And then we have let your friends help you, ask for and accept for support from others. So this could be, actual friends that you have as a support system, or it could be this person here, the person that you're wanting to reconcile with. It's like you help each other to heal. But again, you can't heal somebody. People got to do their own work. But perhaps it's maybe the person you're dealing with has some kind of awareness and has evolved and has grown, and it's kind of like they can help you too in some aspect. And then we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And they want you to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And they want you to know that it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Again, make the effort. Let go of the fears. Let go of the worries. Let go of the anxieties. Focus on you and what you know that you need to change about you. Heal you. Follow the higher, messages that you've been getting. Your intuition. What Spirit's trying to tell you, helping to guide you towards healing. And on that note, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck. Sorry for the helicopter going by. So again, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. And also check out the video that I posted up called Saturday Satsang. I would like to get questions, one question from, you can submit one question either in the comments, or you can go to the About Me page and the email link is there in the business inquiries, or I think you can still message through YouTube, or you can leave a comment on the community tab that's on the channel. If I get about 10 questions, I'll know if I can start on the second Saturday. I would like it to run about an hour long, and I'd like there to be a different topic for discussion each time that we meet. And to help us on the path back to self-love. It's part of ascension work. It's part of soulmate and twin flame unions. And I would give whatever insight that I can give to hopefully help people from whatever it is that I've learned, my own experiences. And I would like to end things with a meditation and a central thought, a positive affirmation to close it out. So please do submit your question if you have a question. And if you want me to include your name, I will, or I can keep it anonymous. But I'm hoping to gather a little community together. And, everybody learns from each other. And I'm hoping for it to be a positive experience for all. And it's going to be pre-recorded for now, until I know that I have enough of a following where I can do it live. And that's why I'm giving people about a week and a half. There goes the helicopter again. A week and a half to submit their question before I record it and upload it on, again, that second Saturday or the last Saturday. And right now I'm kind of leaving it open to see what kind of theme is formed based on people's questions. Or I might throw out a theme, and if people have any questions in regards to that topic, they can submit it. I'm kind of just leaving it open to see how we can make it come together. So keep that in mind. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.